There are 3 new features on Julio Rodriguez ahead of the 2023 season. One is in GQ, one's in Sports Illustrated, and then one just came out in the Players Tribune, that one obviously written by Julio. So I'm going to focus on the GQ and Sports Illustrated ones, and we'll, I'm sure, talk about Julio a bit later in the show, and I'm sure certainly with Larry as well. Obviously tomorrow for opening day, so plenty to get to. So I'm just going to focus on the first 2 articles right now. So here's what you need to know. The main point from both, especially from Sports Illustrated, this great article that came out from Tom Verducci. If you guys have the magazine, it just showed up, so you can check it out. It's on the cover. The main point he makes is kind of combining Julio's story and who Julio is as a player bump with baseball's new rules. And the entire issue is kind of about baseball's new rules ahead of the season. And he says, look, analytics are fun. Baseball, analytic departments are great. They help us understand the game more. They help make players better. And they help sharpen every team's own weapons. But a consequence of teams having these whip smart front offices is that baseball's kind of put less balls in play over more time. They've prioritized home runs over anything else. They've prioritized not stealing bases because it means more if you can stay on base or have more runs coming in. They've obviously had the shift between, I think it was 2017 and 2019. You saw it go from 4% usage to something over 50%. Which has really hurt left-handed hitters, right? You've seen over a very short period of time, baseball gets slower and there be less action in baseball. Some teams have benefited so much from that. Houston, really smart front office, has benefited so much from their use of analytics. But have fans benefited, right? This isn't me knocking analytics. It's fun to, to an extent. But has anyone felt like baseball's been fast-paced? Has anyone felt like games have been quick and there's been lots of action? Or do you feel like you're kind of waiting for a home run in the 5th, a home run in the 9th, and then it's a 2-1 win?
No, it's been slow as heck.
Yeah.
It's been slow, and that's where you're losing the youth. Think about the 4 major sports in this country. You got football. It's start and stop, but it's fast start and stop. It's violent. People love it. You got basketball that's always flowing. It's ever going. And then you have hockey that has the same kind of feel as basketball with the violence of football. And then you have baseball to where it's throw the ball, wait, fix your gloves, adjust your hat, look into the crowd, take your time. Try to pick off a run at first. It's just so slow. And for the baseball enthusiasts, I get it. They love it. They understand it. I like it too. But when you are trying to evolve with the times, you got to change some things up. And analytics kind of do that because it puts you in a box. To whereas you just want to see your favorite player go up there and just do what he does and not think about the analytics or the perfect approach to this thing and allowing athletes to be athletes. I think in baseball is where you get more of the robots than the athlete, and that's more of the pitcher and the batter relationship. Now, when it comes to the ball being in play, you see shortstops making beautiful plays, third baseman, outfielders, and all that stuff. That's where the true athleticism of the sport, in my opinion, shows up. But the base of the sport is pitcher and batter. And there is so much that goes into the analytics when it comes to pitching and hitting that it has slowed the game down even more and has lost the appeal to a lot of people.
So thankfully, as you guys know, there are 4 new rule changes coming to baseball this year. So much so that, did anyone else see Bryan Cranston doing a commercial for MLB that was literally about the new rule changes?
They got Daniel Vogelback doing a commercial.
Oh, our shooting star hailing from Seattle, the one and only, Danny V. So this feature about Julio, let's get back to Julio, is that Julio's exactly what baseball needs. He represents everything these rule changes are supposed to do. He steals bases, he hits hard, he runs fast, and importantly, he has fun. And that's what baseball is supposed to be. And there's so many great quotes from him about having fun and about working hard. And it's a really great article to learn more about Julio, about his journey, about just how in awe Andy McKay, Scott Service, Manny Acta, all these guys were of him when they initially met him. And we all love, hearing those stories over and over and over again. But I loved the point about Julio is what baseball needs. And this is another point, Bump. As much as we all will sit here and be like, Julio's a star, you don't have to tell me that. Julio's great. Julio has potential to be one of the best Mariners we've ever seen. I still think we don't understand it. I still think we cannot understand how good he can be.